Hello everybody and welcome to Braysha's another property update. Sara's here with me today. We're going to be talking about two hot topics at the moment for conveyancers, touch on Japanese knotweed and also the latest guidelines for leasehold properties, and I shall let you know what's happening in our team as well. Sara, would you like to start off?
So yeah, starting on Japanese knotweed, I think most people have heard of it. It's been in the press quite a lot over the last couple of years. It's one of the questions that is on a property information form that a seller will complete when they're selling a property. I think it's question 7.8. It asks the seller to identify whether there is any Japanese knotweed present at the property. There's three answers that you can give: yes, no, or not known. Now the issue is that if you're indicating no, it means that you have investigated that, and that can cause an issue for a seller. So the explanatory notes do indicate to sellers that you should tick not known if you've not carried out any investigation yourself into the presence of Japanese knotweed. There have been a couple of cases recently whereby somebody has sold a property. They've said no on the property information form. Buyers bought the property, Japanese knotweed has been present, and then they've sued the seller and they've actually been successful. So it's really important for a seller to make sure that if they're completing the form, they do it correctly so that they don't misrepresent the buyer. And also as a buyer, you need to remember that in conveyancing, the old adage goes, caveat emptor, which means buyer beware. So if you are a buyer and you are concerned about the presence of Japanese knotweed, then you should carry out your own specialist survey.
So Sara, our next topic is for leaseholders and the information there that you have.
Yeah, so leasehold properties have undergone a huge change in terms of legislation. This all leads on from the Grenfell fire tragedy which happened, and following that the government had some investigations, and obviously it relates to high-rise buildings and leaseholders, and the fact was that it was found that a lot of buildings are defective, whether it be the cladding or other issues with the building safety. So the government have announced under the Building Safety Act 2022 that there will be benefits for leaseholders. So essentially what they want to do is ensure that developers or anybody associated with the developer is responsible for putting good the building, to making good any damage or any remediation that's needed for cladding. So this is a real huge thing for leaseholders, because a lot of leaseholders after the tragedy thought that they would be responsible for the costs to make their buildings safe. So it's fantastic news for leaseholders. And also if there is any developer who's not claiming responsibility, the government have put in place funding to ensure that the buildings can be made good, and then they can pursue developers at a later date.
That is good news.
It is. And there's also funding available for leaseholders for other things that might not be cladding based, but if there are any other defects with the building, then leaseholders can secure funding, and they've got a sort of long-term plan for payment over 10 years, so that it kind of eradicates any urgent need for leaseholders to have to find the funds to do that.
So that's a nice lot of information there then, Sara. And what about the fire safety regulations?
Yep, so the fire safety regulations in England have been updated again. So this relates to leasehold properties where there's at least 2 residential properties in a building, and it's just really making sure that people that live in the building are aware of what the fire standards are for that building. So making sure they know what to do in the case of a fire, emergency exits, and also about fire door safety as well. That's another thing that's come into play. So again, it's a good benefit for leaseholders, just to kind of give them that comfort.
So Sara, we've had some great feedback on the portal that we're using now. We've used it for a while and our clients really like it. It's a portal that you can access from your mobile phone or through our website, and it gives the client all the details of the transaction, and they can see without you having to pick up the phone to us exactly what's going on. It's completely transparent. 24 hours a day you can see exactly where the transaction is going. So that's been a real boon for our clients. There's also the online quotes, which has been used a lot, and I think the clients are finding it very handy. Complete transparency about our costs, and we've had lots of quotes that have been accepted and instructed through that. The team are busy working away and we are growing again. We've had some new recruits and it's going to be a good year, I think, again. Well, I think that finishes us off today and we'll have another update in a couple of months. Thanks, Sara.
Thanks, Claire.